Any other raised hands? I do not see any other raised hands.
Mr. Chairman, then I would request a continuance to your next meeting so that we can address the comments from the commission. And just ask if any, if there's interest in a site visit, we certainly can do that, but I think the issues are pretty clear cut, and I think the photographs were pretty good at documenting the site.
Okay. Members, do any members have a request for a site visit at this time?
I'll go by on my own, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
I would join you, Mary.
okay.
Yep.
We can
Well, you know what?
subsequently do that.
Typically, we've been doing site visits the Tuesday after a week from today.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, how does your schedule look on that?
I'll make it work.
I'm
Okay,
not available then, unfortunately.
okay, Mary, what,
I'm gone next week, so it would have to be
this week?
And Mary,
Monday-
I could
Monday.
meet you anytime if if I'm
Yes.
available. If you text me before you head over, if I'm available, I can meet you. Otherwise, I mean, you know what you're looking at.
Yep, I could do Friday morning. Nick, does that work for you?
You're
Oh,
on
you're
mute.
muted.
Just checking right now. This coming Friday or a week from Friday?
This coming Friday,
Yes, I think I can do that.
say 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yep.
Diane, does 8 o'clock work for you on Friday?
Friday does 8 o'clock. No, I have a 9 o'clock, but I can just go by and look at it on my own.
Okay. All right, well,
I
why
have a
don't
9
we,
o'clock, so I can't.
TJ, how about you?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Okay. And I'm familiar with the site. I was by it today and certainly familiar when the town tore down the property. Okay, so why don't we plan on a site visit for this project on Friday at 8 a.m.
Perfect.
Okay, and the applicant has requested a continuance. So you want to request it to our April meeting?
Yeah, your next meeting. I mean, what you've asked us to do, I think I have an approach that I can put together pretty quickly for that. So
Okay.
I'd
And
like
can
to.
you adjust the building elevation too on the plan?
Yes, yeah, we're gonna get the skirting adjusted as well.
Okay, so the applicant has requested a continuance of this matter to our April 16th meeting date. Is there a motion to continue this public hearing?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second,
Okay, all in favor, roll call vote. Mary,
Yes,
TJ,
Aye.
Woody,
Yes,
Mick,
Aye.
Diane,
yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes, so that's gonna go to 4/16.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I log off, I just wanted to make sure you did receive my continuance requests for 18 Temple and for Blue. We're waiting on Natural Heritage on Blue, and 18 Temple, we're making some plan updates.
Yep, no, we did get those and will be noted when we review them. Thank
All
you,
right.
Tom.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night, and thank you for your
Okay.
time.
All right, next public hearing is DEP file number 0501423, 17 Main Street, lot number 4, for work to construct a two-family dwelling with septic system, utilities, and associated site work. Sean, can you provide an overview and a recommendation on this matter?
So I visited the site. This is 17, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let me just pull that up. So I visited the site. Overview was that there was stuff already happening. It was filed. There were some concerns that I had about the erode or sediment control in place. There was not much.
Mr. Chairman, that's not the right site.
It's not.
Thank you,
George. That's
Why
not
don't we,
17? Okay,
let me do
sorry.
this, Sean. Is the applicant have someone make a presentation?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, George Zamboris, Atlantic Engineering.
Okay. George, why don't
Um,
you, you can share your screen and why don't you
Sure.
give us your presentation?
What Sean had picked up was actually lot one of the site, which is a
Sorry about that.
uh,
They all look alike out in the field, Sean.
yeah.
It said 17 on the
Well,
mailbox. Yeah, sorry.
okay, can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, Sean, what you had were showing was up the existing house is number 15. It used actually the whole entire site used to be called 17, but the house existing dwelling is now called 15. Just to the north of the house is now called 17, I believe. And the vacant lots have not been assigned a number yet. So what we're looking at is the vacant lot extremely to the south of the site. There was a previous filing about a year and a half ago, just off the property on south of the property, and this is the wetland line that was delineated for that property. But we're developing lot 4. It's the only work that's happened on there is the test pits for the soil absorption system. That's it. But basically, it's a 60,000 square foot lot, a little over 60,000. It's a vacant parcel right now, and what's proposed is to develop a duplex building. The building's approximately 2,560 square feet. There'll be a separate driveway for each of the units. The driveways and walkways add another 2,300 square feet of impervious area. So the total impervious on the site, it will result in a little under the 5,000, 4,870 square feet. The 100-foot buffer line is this dash line here that the cursor is following now. So the majority of there is a small one complete driveways within the buffer zone, approximately 2,100 feet of one of the dwellings is in the buffer zone. All the rest of the work is basically outside the buffer zone. The septic systems way up and back, which we'll be pumping up to it. We will be providing roof infiltration for both units, completely mitigating 100% of the runoff from the roofs. And alongside the driveways, we're making the driveways slope at an angle towards the southerly side of it. Then we'll be putting a stone filter trench alongside the edge of the driveway to filter any runoff that's coming off the driveway and then infiltrate it into the ground. The result is that we're mitigating 100% of the added runoff. We're reducing volume and rate of runoff off the entire site for what the existing condition is right now. Well, as I said, the site will be serviced by a septic system, and each site will be tied into the town water. Most of the work is all on the front portion of the site. We will be providing a stone construction entrance, and all just north of the stone wall and all along the edge of the trench for the pipe work going up to the septic field. We will be putting in a siltation barrier to control any erosion. I guess that's the bulk of it. If there are any questions by the commission.
Okay. Thank you, George. Questions from the members. Mary, questions for George on this project? You're on. Yeah, there you go.
Do you have any limit of clearing plan for this? I know that this is mostly a wooded site and it's not clear how much of it in the buffer zone would be cleared for this.
The portion of the buffer zone probably from right where the septic tanks are towards the roadway, for the most part, will be cleared. There's some minor grading to do southerly of the driveway and dwelling, and we're putting the infiltration chambers over there too. As of right now, it is not marked, but we can mark it up. I mean, there's, for the most part, from where my cursor is now towards the street is where the limit of clearing is going to be.
Okay, yeah, it would be helpful to have just the tree line, proposed tree line shown. Obviously, you need to clear just a little bit for your utility to get to the back there.
Correct.
And I don't know what you're proposing for clearing with there. Some of it's out of the buffer zone, so.
Yeah. There is a lot.
Actually, most of it's out of the buffer
There is a
zone.
lot back here that actually is fairly clear.
Okay.
It's almost like a little bit of a pasture back there where there are not too many trees.
Yeah, so at least the limit of clearing within the buffer zone would, on the plan would be helpful. And I haven't seen this site, unfortunately, I just have not been able to get out there. But I would like to be able to do that. Other than that, I see there's a siltation barrier shown on the downslope side. Presuming that the wetland boundary is accurately shown, and I don't know if anyone's had a chance to look at that. We're relying on a buffer zone from a line that was delineated for a different project, and sometimes that, may or may not be accurate. We don't know at this point.
Yeah, the drawings were overlaid. I mean, I did have a full-size drawing that
Yep.
we obtained, and they matched up well. So I didn't call Mr. Spriggs up for a copy of the CAD plan. So it's pretty
What do you-
accurate.
So they're not notified that you're relying on their data for this plan?
I have not notified them, so that may be, I guess the answer to that would be no.
And they're also calling that a vernal pool?
Well, it's called a vernal pool. Looking at checking on DEP site, it's not labeled. It's not certified as a vernal pool, and it's not indicated as a area that is being investigated for a vernal pool. So I don't know what the final outcome of that was.
Yeah, so I think we need to, I'm presuming it's a vernal pool because that's what's on your plan. And, that gets extra protection. We don't have any particular setback to vernal pools, but other towns have up to 100-foot setback to vernal pools. So we do have work there, and we want to be sensitive to that area, presuming that it's a vernal pool because that's how you've got it indicated. So we would probably want to put some extra conditions on the work just for that purpose.
Yeah,
I would like to do a site visit, Bob, and those are my
Yeah, no,
comments.
I certainly, Mary, and I'm thinking we'll see if we can piggyback it on Friday if that works, but I wanted to go through the questions and then
Yep.
we'll address the site visit and other additional information is required. Mary, anything else and I'll circle back before we.
No, they're not required to do a stormwater management, although how many units who have altogether? Just two? Just two
Just two.
units? Okay, yes.
I did the full stormwater management. That's all in the report.
So we
and
do
all the
appreciate
conditions.
that. That's a plus, to have that. Even though technically it's not required, it will be soon again with the revised regulations, but
That actually is required because we're in the watershed overlay protection district. We're in wellhead 2 area, and then you are
Oh.
required to do a stormwater management. You are required to meet the stormwater management standards because of that, which it is in the
under
report that we
DEP
did meet
standards.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Does this require planning approval? Has it already been done?
Planning, no, it's just an A&R plan,
Okay,
which is already recorded. It was recorded last year.
okay.
Okay, Mary, I'll circle back if you have any other questions. Okay, thank you, Mary. TJ, questions for George on this project?
None other than going to Mary's first point about what is going to be cleared, especially in that buffer zone. So when we see that, that'll be good.
Okay, thank you, TJ. Woody, questions for George on this project?
More to piggyback on what Mary said, it's a question. The vernal pool, is that in Byfield or is that in Georgetown shown on that map? I can't quite see.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, it's in Byfield. It's in the property identified as 3 Main Street.
Okay.
It
so
is
it's-
it is identified in their order of conditions. So I don't know how much investigation was done on that, but I can call up Mr. Spriggs and find out.
Okay, thank you. And with this, I recall the A&R plan last fall in the planning board. So other than that, I have no other questions or comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Woody. Mick, comments, questions?
I'm on mute here. Just a quick question, George. I'm curious about these infiltration beds for the roof runoff.
Yes,
Do you have a profile on those, or how are they constructed? Just bring
there
those-
is a detail
Okay.
sheet.
Okay.
They're all it's surrounded by a foot of stone, 6 inches underneath.
Mhm. And that's just taking runoff from the roof, gutters,
Taken runoff from the roof. Yes.
proposed asphalt shingle roof.
Yes.
All right. No, that was it. I was just interested. I hadn't seen that before on any of the plans we've looked at. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mick. Diane, questions for George on this project?
Nothing new except the NOI that I saw isn't signed, but I'm sure it has been since then. If not, somebody should sign it.
It wasn't signed.
Yeah. The one that was in the Dropbox wasn't signed by the applicant
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, by the applicant. Yeah, I had
or anybody
correct. No, I had signed. It was signed by me.
at the end.
Yes.
Not
So I know
that
there was an issue when the applicant, when they went on to the DEP, they accidentally forgot to sign it, paid the fee, and then tried to go back in, and they wouldn't let them sign it at first.
Oh, so maybe that's it, because I think the copy we have in the Dropbox is the one that was submitted to DEP. So what we were looking at was maybe the first one. But that's
could
what I'm
be.
saying. If it wasn't done, then just for your own sake.
Yep. No, thank you. We'll double check it. But I know the copy I have is signed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Diane?
Nope.
George, the only question I have is you mentioned that this is in a wellhead district.
Yes, wellhead protection. It's in the watershed protection overlay district. There's actually, actually, if I can,
Because
there's actually,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
There's actually a well way over on the other side of 95, and there's also another one way east of us. But it is in the zoning. It's in the overlay protection district, and we are in the zone 2 of the wellhead.
Okay. Does that require any select board approval?
I
Are they,
have
I
to
think-
double check their regulations. I know we have to meet all the stormwater standards. Right at this moment, I don't know if there's an additional application or filing that we have to do, but I will double check.
All right, Mary, I'm going to circle back to you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any interest in having anybody review the stormwater components. That's not my strong suit, so. I don't know how Mick feels comfortable, if Mick is comfortable enough with that he could do that for us.
Yeah, I can take a look at that.
Okay.
Any other questions from the members?
No.
All right, Sean, are there any raised hands from the public at this time?
There are no raised hands from the public.
All right. So George, it sounds like we have some work to do. So do any members have a request for a site visit? And if so, do we want to piggyback it on Friday?
Yes,
would
I
like to do a site
can
visit.
make it on Friday.
George, is Friday workable for you?
Yes, it is. Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a site visit on Plum Island at 8. Do we want to make this a 8:45 or 9 o'clock or 8:30 or what? My schedule's pretty
Eight.
flexible.
8:30, 8:45, probably.
Okay,
I'm good, Mary?
Yep,
okay, so George, 8:30, 8:45, work for you?
That's fine.
Okay, Sean, you're available?
Yeah, I'm available
Okay,
for Friday.
okay, I know that's your
Oh,
normal day off.
sorry, no, I'm not available. Sorry, I'm not available for Friday.
Okay, well, we'll update you on what we discover.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I would just make sure, George, that you review the stormwater regs for the vernal pool question, because you can't have any stormwater features within 50 feet of the vernal pool. So I don't know what that distance is there, but just might want to double check that.
I will.
All right, so we're gonna have a site visit on Friday, team. And George, I'm assuming the applicant wants to request a continuance.
Yes, we request continues to the next available meeting, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, to our April 16th meeting. All right, is there a motion to continue this public hearing until April 16th at the applicant's request?
Yes, so moved.
Okay, second?
Second?
Second,
Okay, all in favor? Roll call vote. Mary,
Yes,
TJ,
Yes,
Woody,
Yes,
Mick,
All right,
Diane,
yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes. Okay, thank you, George. See you on Friday.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Okay.
Sorry about the pictures.
That's okay,
No
Sean.
problem.
That's okay. All right, continue public hearing, DEP file number 0501422, 94 Northern Boulevard for work to construct landscaping, hardscaping, and paving work. Sean, you notified me that the applicant has requested a continuance on this matter?
Yes, they've requested a continuance.
Okay. Is there a motion to continue the public hearing until our April 16th meeting?
so moved.
Second,
Okay, so Mary, Diane, all in favor? Mary,
Yes,
TJ,
yes,
Woody,
yes,
Brad? Oh, excuse me.
Fred's not
yeah,
here.
Nick,
aye,
Diane,
yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes. Okay, continue public hearing, DEP file number 0501409, 18 Fordham Way, for after the fact approval of work to replace 2 sets of beach access stairs and a beach management plan. Tom Hughes notified us earlier that the natural heritage letter has not been received, and he has requested a continuance to the April 16th meeting. Is there a motion to continue the public hearing to April 16th at the applicant's request?
so moved.
Second,
Okay, all in favor, roll call, Mary,
Yes,
TJ,
yes,
Woody,
Yes,
Mick,
aye,
Diane,
yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes. Okay, continue public hearing, DEP file number 0501424, 18 Temple Boulevard West, for an addition of a deck and elevated walk to dwelling and reclamation and expansion of an existing parking area. Tom Hughes notified us that the applicant requests to continue the public hearing to May 7th as they modify their plans and discuss the project with their neighbors. I'll entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to May 7th at the applicant's request.
so moved,
Second,
Okay, all in favor? Roll call vote. Mary,
yes,
TJ,
right,
Woody,
yes,
Mick,
aye,
Diane,
yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes. All right, well, team, it is 7:33 and staff reports. Sean?
Currently I've got nothing.
Okay,
Other than, we'll see, stormwater, management updates coming through at some point, through Conscom for a public hearing. Yeah, that's about it for now.
okay, yep. Sean was notified by the DPW that there's been a change in the regs on stormwater management. In the process is it's going to come before us. I've actually asked the town administrator for clarification on, are we just conducting a public hearing? It's not coming in the form of a notice, or so we
Is this
will,
part of the EPA MS4 program, or is this something else that the town is? Okay,
yeah, I haven't even seen the documents, Mary,
okay,
but that's why I've asked for clarification.
okay.
So there's something coming up. All right, any other last words? TJ, any comments, any words of wisdom you want to share with us?
It's
Apparently
not-
not.
Bless
Okay.
you.
Yeah, thank you, TJ. Mary, any final comments?
No, thank you.
Mick, any final comments?
I'm good. Thanks, everyone.
Woody, any comments?
No final comments, Bob. Thank you.
Okay, Diane, how about yourself? Any final
No.
comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Okay, roll call. All in favor? Mary,
Yes.
TJ, Woody,
Yes.
Mick,
Yes.
Yes.
Diane, and Bob Connors.
yes.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. See you on
Good night.
Friday.
See you Friday.
Night,
Night.
night, everyone.